Yeah, it's Zach, stepping up to the game, living life prepared, I'm not here for the fame. With a plan in my hand, gotta make it alright. Through the storms and the struggles, I'm ready to fight. Prepare for the worst while I aim for the best. Zach's unique prepping, we're reaching new heights. Living strong and ready, we're chasing the lights. With courage as armor, we'll conquer the day. Together we rise, we'll fight our own way. Stacking knowledge and skills, I'm building my base. In this world of chaos, I'm finding my space. No fear in the hustle, I'm sharpening my tools. When the world brings the waves, I'm breaking the rules. Stand tall, keep grinding, never lose sight. Yeah, that's unique prepping, we're reaching new heights. Living strong and ready, we're chasing the lights. With courage as armor, we'll conquer the day. Together we rise, we'll find our own way. We'll find our own way. Stand tall, keep grinding, never lose sight. Stacking knowledge and skills, I'm building my base. In this world of chaos, I'm finding my space. No fear in the hustle, I'm sharpening my tools. When the world brings the waves, I'm breaking the rules. Stand tall, keep grinding, never lose sight. Never lose sight. Yeah, stand tall, keep grinding, never lose sight. Let's break every chain, with Zach in the lead. We'll never feel pain, never feel pain, never feel pain. With Zach in the lead, we'll never feel pain, never feel pain, never feel pain. With Zach in the lead, we'll never feel pain. With Zach in the lead, we'll never feel pain. With Zach in the lead, we'll never feel pain. We'll never feel pain, we'll never feel pain. We'll never feel pain.
Welcome to Unique Prepping. My name is Zach, and I'm here to show you that no matter the challenges we face, like my own experience with cerebral palsy, we can all be prepared. Prepping isn't just about survival, it's about independence, confidence, and community. You see, prepping is for everyone. It's about taking control of our future, no matter our limitations. Here on Unique Prepping, I'll share tips, techniques, and strategies that anyone can use, regardless of ability. Together, we'll build a community where everyone contributes, learns, and grows stronger. So, whether you're a seasoned prepper or just getting started, join me on this journey. Let's empower ourselves and unite to create a better, more resilient future. Because in this community, everyone has a role to play. At Unique Prepping, we're all about building stronger communities and preparing for the unexpected. Now, we're taking our mission even further by partnering with Stolen Spirits, a powerful initiative focused on raising awareness for missing and murdered Indigenous women and girls. Together, we're blending preparedness with advocacy, shining a light on the issues that matter most. Join us as we unite for a cause, inspire change, and build a future where every voice is heard and every life is valued. Unique Prepping and Stolen Spirits, stronger together.
So Zach, is Martin coming come back? Because I was just away for a second. Or is he not able to? Okay, not a stress. If you and I want to continue on this live stream, absolutely, we can jump into it. I really apologize, but my Wi-Fi was off now. Can you just recap the last thing that you mentioned, or the last thing that you said?
Welcome our prepping community to the 25th installment of Unique Prepping's community. On this morning's episode, we are going to be discussing weapon and defensive tactical prepping. I'm your host, producer and community member Unique Prepping, and with me is a really great brother of mine and our community member all the way from across the world in South Africa, Guardian Prepper. In the description down below, I put his 2 channel links. Please go subscribe to him and keep this beautiful community growing. How are you doing today, brother?
I'm good, Martin. Can't you? Yeah, I'll definitely touch on that in a second. But if you're able to, Martin, are you able to get back in? Because I'm sure that, you're not. So yeah, this. I just want to make sure that we can address this quickly. I don't want Martin to feel like that we, booted him or anything like that. Let me just check the live stream on this side. See live chat. Yeah, it's not. I don't think it's Zach at all that booted you. It's definitely not like Zach at all. Let me see. On my side. Sorry for the technical difficulties to the chat, and I know that many of you that are in the chat as well are pretty understanding and reasonable people. How, by the way, Tuck? Good to see you. And what's up, Jason? Nice to have you here with us. And then Sarah as well. Sarah Suspicious. Sarah Suspicions. That's a cool name. I like that.
That's good, and I'm doing good. Thank you for joining me in this crucial topic of the prepping realm. In today's episode, we're tackling a subject that's not only crucial for survival but also for ensuring the safety of yourself, your family, and your community. That's right, we're diving into weapon and defensive tactical prepping. This is a must-have skill set for any prepper aiming to be ready for emergencies, be it natural disasters, societal disruptions, or unexpected threats. Understanding the tools and techniques available for self-defense is the first step in becoming a well-rounded prepper. In this episode, we'll discuss the importance of having the right tools at your disposal, whether they are weapons, non-lethal defensive gear, or even basic household items that can double as protection in a pinch. More importantly, we'll explore the mindset you need to make tactical decisions in high-stress situations.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
For those just starting their prepping journey, weapon and tactical defensive training can seem overwhelming. What's the best option for your personal situation? What's practical to learn and maintain over time? We'll address these questions and provide insights to help you feel more confident and capable. For seasoned preppers, this episode is a chance to refine your knowledge and perhaps even share some of your own expertise with the community in the comments below. We'll also take a look at some key strategies to avoid confrontation when possible, because being prepared isn't just about reacting, it's about preventing situations from escalating in the first place. From situational awareness to communication techniques, we'll cover ways to protect yourself and others without always relying on physical defense. Remember, prepping isn't just about stockpiling supplies. It's about creating a well-rounded plan that includes mental, physical, and tactical readiness. Defensive tactical prepping is an essential piece of this puzzle, and by the end of this episode, you'll have a better understanding of how to integrate these skills into your own prepping strategy. Before we get started, I want to take a moment to remind you to please like, subscribe, share, and comment on this video to help grow our community. Your support makes it possible for us to continue creating content that educates and empowers people in the prepping world. Also, don't forget to visit the LinkTree description below to find everything related to unique prepping, from social media links to exclusive resources. Now, let's get into the discussion. Do you have anything to add before we start?
So I think when it comes to this topic, it's literally like everything that we do within preparedness on a daily basis, like comes down to certain moments where there are the quote unquote bad guys out there, if you want to call them that. People, and even those quote unquote bad guys, most of the time are just formed out of desperation during any sort of SHTF type scenario, whether it be like medium or long term. people will get desperate, and everybody will turn into a potential threat for yourself and your group. So you have to look at the way that you approach any tactical situation as well. And when it comes to any pew-pews, anything like that, any like firearms or anything like that, there are a couple of, there's legalities here locally, and I'm always somebody that will abide as best like within the constraints of the law. So fortunately for myself as well, we have a couple of defensive items, the defensive utility items that we use. I can show you some of the ones that, just for a second, I can show you some just examples of things that anybody can get hold of, and anybody can basically use without getting and acquiring a license or anything like that as well. There's a couple of good items, but when it comes down to most situations, it is a personal thing, and depends on each person and how they approach something. But ultimately, you have to train when it comes to any sort of defensive items that you may have. You have to train with them and keep that up consistently, because it's that training and that repetition that really helps a lot. And a person can, if they don't, if they haven't spent a good amount of time with it in the last several months, and the urgent need, the requirement comes up, you're stuffed. So make sure that like each shot counts every single time as well, and always do so in a preferably defensive manner. You don't want to go out there and be the person causing other people trouble and stuff. And one more thing on this quickly before we get into it. You have to look at the way that things can be crafted. A lot of the time, you can get away with having a large amount of defense without even utilizing any defensive utility items, if you know what I'm talking about. And the reason why I phrase it in that way is because of legal constraints and stuff on my side. So what I will say is that when it comes to that, there's a lot of things that a person can do. Be very careful because what I'm just about to mention is something that you have to tread very lightly on, which is defensive trapping. Trapping can be amazing if you know how to do it and how to make the most use of it. And that's if there's a combat situation that you can avoid, the best way to deal with any combat situation is be evasive. If you can avoid having a confrontation and have a percentage chance of you being taken out, do so. And don't be somebody that's going to cause a lot of other people trouble and stuff. So yeah, I'm actually quite a big fan of archery. I really enjoy archery quite a lot, and we have a really solid crossbow and a nice bow as well. And bows are silent, and you can remake the ammo out in the middle of nowhere. So bows are something that's pretty interesting. But ideally, the best thing that you can do sometimes is also rely on a group. Have a group like you do, Zach. I think that the fact that you have the group that you do will carry you through a lot of different situations too. So have people that are around you, and you basically outnumber people. That's what you always got to do. So when it comes to that, having like a group mentality like you do, you are well ahead of most people who haven't even had these discussions. They don't even have this at the forefront of their minds. So when it comes to mentally, they just like freak out and they don't know how to handle a situation. So staying calm and being like logical and rational most of the time is the best thing that you can do.
Question number 1. What is your go-to defensive tool, and why do you trust it in a prepping situation?
If you want to, give me like 30 seconds and I'll quickly go and show you something, well, the thing that I practice with the most. Give me 1 moment. So both of these are unstrung at the moment for purposes when you're not busy using them. So this is a very solid bow. This specifically is quite handy. It's really nice and efficient and very quiet. So, and it's got a, I think it's about a fourth, I'm not mistaken, you're looking at about 50 to 60. I mean, it's effective pretty much at medium to close range as well, but it's not a composite bow by any means. And then crossbows are always pretty effective too. Can also be silent, and you're able to, if you know what you're doing with them, extremely good in terms of utility. So you can also, there's a couple of ways. I don't know if I'm going to get a knock at my door at any point about all of this. And I know that you can't, you got to just be sharp about certain things too. And yeah, just at all times be prepared. And then you spoke about having the capability to utilize items that are around your home. In every way, absolutely yes. You really have to think about that too. I've experienced loss as well on my side, quite a lot. And throughout my journey in this world, that's why I say like each of us are important and special, because we don't know when we might not be around anymore. So share more of yourself where you can, and don't feel at all like you're not welcomed and stuff like that. You know, when we spoke about this, the friendship group and the community group that we do have here, and I'm very much an outsider in a lot of ways too, being South African, you know, and I do feel like that sometimes just like because I'm on the other side of the world, I'd love to like catch up with some of the people in this community, you know, in person stuff as well, but that's never really something that I can expect, not at this point in my life anyway. But I have been to the States a couple of times when I was younger, and I do plan on going again. But when it comes to the friendship group, absolutely, there's always more room for new people too. So don't feel in any way like you're in the way. Yeah, Zach is absolutely in agreement too. Zach? Yeah, just waiting on you, brother. All good, like no stress whatsoever.
Question number 2. How do you balance tactical training with mental preparedness for emergency scenarios?
So I think the one is way more important, which is the mental preparedness. I think that a lot of the time in society, as important as it is to stay trained, and that's why I say repetition consistently with anything that you plan on using in any SHTF or that you have to use for community protection or whatever the case may be. When it comes to the mind, like the mental mentality behind SHTF and the way that people go into most disaster scenarios, I think that people often dismiss how quickly it can happen. And we're getting, I mean, I'm not going to speak on the drones over New Jersey, that whole thing too much. I'm sure that you've also been like taking note of what's happening with that. It's very strange. Like, I don't know what's going on with that whole thing either. But I think that ways that we can be trained when it comes to that coincides with mental preparedness, because the best thing that you can do, even in, you know, a potential SHTF because of those drones, I don't know who's sending them, or you know, that nobody's taking onus for who they belong to at this point. And it's just a very weird thing. And even from here in South Africa, like a lot of people are talking about it and we're like focused on what's happening over there. And yeah, it's just like in those situations, just be very, very careful on what you believe, because a lot of the time in like throughout the media, people want you to be fearful. And when you're scared, you make rash decisions, and that fearfulness dislodges everything else. Yeah, Sarah's suspicions over there says, I wish I had a bunker. So there are ways to get very DIY cheapish bunkers that, I mean, it's not going to like, I'm not speaking about like full bunker, I'm just speaking about like better than not having anything for protection against like, you know, rads and stuff, radiation. It's we're looking at the world right now, and it's such a tumultuous period where we have so many different like situations across the world through different countries that could turn into WW3, right? So when you say that he or she had a bunker, it's not a bad idea, or know where your closest bunker is, because the most realistic SHTF type scenario, 100% is WAR, right? So it's the same thing that's happened throughout the past. And and I've said this before on panel, but it's the whole, those who forget the past are doomed to repeat the same mistakes. That whole quotation. So it's exactly that. Like, it's the fact that we have a very strange and interesting period of time. So tactical training, 100%, hone your skills. I think that when it comes to just physical things as well, do what you can. Whatever you're able to, just try and stay on top of your game. And then when it comes to mental preparedness, which is so much more important, sometimes, and I really mean this, and I've said this before, like sometimes we have really strange situations when it comes to people freaking out. Mental preparedness is such a big one, because all through history, look at what happens in societies when things go completely, like, I'm looking for an expression, but I didn't want to use the first three that popped into my head. SHTF, when the balloon goes up, like just realize that in those situations, people can become extremely dangerous, and stay close to your communities of people that know that things may happen one day, because it's not the people that are in the preparedness and survivalism community that are the people who will be completely shell-shocked by the news of things going awry, but rather it's the people that live their lives, and if you speak to them about preparedness, they look at you like you're crazy. You guys know the types that I'm talking about, or who say that they'll just prep at the last minute. They'll wait until the very last minute and then they'll go grab a bag. It's like, what are you doing? Like, you're being extremely irresponsible if you have that mentality. Go ahead, Zach. Survival mode's a good one.
Cerebral palsy presents unique challenges when approaching tactical training and mental preparedness.
Yes.
Physical limitations require innovative solutions to ensure safety and readiness in emergencies. The focus shifts from traditional methods to adaptive techniques that maximize individual capabilities. Understanding personal strengths and limitations becomes the foundation for building a customized defensive strategy. Mental preparedness plays a critical role in overcoming the challenges associated with cerebral palsy. The ability to remain calm and focused during high-pressure situations is essential. Developing mental resilience through visualization exercises and scenario planning helps build confidence. Repeatedly practicing these mental techniques reinforces a sense of control and preparedness, which is crucial for effective decision-making.
Yeah. That's so key.
Training tools and equipment may require adjustments to accommodate physical needs. Choosing lighter or more ergonomic options can make handling tools and weapons more manageable. Custom grips, adaptive devices, and modified training techniques allow individuals with cerebral palsy to participate fully. The goal is not to replicate standard methods but to create a personalized approach that works effectively. Collaboration with others can enhance both tactical training and mental preparedness. Partnering with a trusted individual or group ensures support and allows for shared resources. Training with others provides valuable feedback, helping to refine techniques and strategies. A team-oriented approach fosters a sense of security, knowing that support is available when needed. Focusing on situational awareness is another key aspect of defensive preparedness.
Yeah.
Cerebral palsy may limit certain physical responses, making awareness of surroundings even more critical. Observing potential threats, identifying escape routes, and recognizing safe zones become integral parts of tactical planning. Relying on heightened observational skills helps compensate for physical challenges. Building a plan that incorporates strengths unique to cerebral palsy enhances overall readiness. Strategies may include emphasizing defensive positions rather than offensive actions. Developing verbal de-escalation skills can reduce the likelihood of physical confrontations. The emphasis on strategy over brute force demonstrates the importance of thoughtful planning tailored to individual needs. Cerebral palsy does not hinder the ability to prepare, it reshapes the approach to readiness. The combination of adaptive training, mental resilience, and strategic planning creates a comprehensive defensive strategy. Acknowledging these unique abilities and leveraging them effectively ensures safety and preparedness in any emergency scenario. UP out.
Yeah. So I think also Merry Christmas to you, Malta Copper. And welcome to Jean Perez. Hey, welcome to the chat. So yeah, 100% so. I think that, and this really goes a long way when a person is willing to engage in preparedness as well, like when they're willing to put that amount of mental, because we could be into other things, that other types of hobbies and lifestyles as well, but the fact that we've chosen to be interested as much as we are into survivalism. I think I've been into prepping now for like a little bit over maybe about 15 years or so, roughly, that I've been into preparedness. You as well? Yeah. So I mean, it's so much more important to, and it starts impacting like other aspects of your life in a positive way, because you're taking the responsibility, and that's what I have a lot of respect for you about, Zach, and I really mean that, is that you're taking the responsibility to look after these things and to think about these things, when there's a lot of people out there that just refuse to, like, they will see all the bad media and they'll see like all these chaotic situations arising, but yet they don't even give a damn enough like to actually like engage in these conversations. And it's just that like the whole atmosphere around preparedness and survivalism attracts people who are close to nature and who appreciate the natural world. And that's always something that I have so much time for, is when people actually have a synchronicity with the garden and with nature and that type of thing too. And I think that you found that. And even with with cerebral palsy, I think that it's something that is something that's just incredible to, and I know that's extremely inspiring, not just for myself but for other people as well. The fact that you're like facing preparedness head on the way that you are, and I love that, brother. Like I really have a lot of respect for that. And look, my life is definitely too short for me to sit here and make up shit either. And sorry for swearing, but there's a lot of people that'll hear me talking about the things that I do, and you can go back and hear, within my Guardian Prepping channel, I've been saying the same stuff for like the longest time. I'm not just like saying it because it's convenient. And I think that you should always be like wary of that too, is people that will just say things to kind of win your favor, but they don't really mean what they're saying. But I mean it with full integrity when I say that, like, yeah, it's absolutely brilliant to like have the right mentality. Just reading through the side as well.
My mental preparation comes from talking to God because He is always listening.
That's big. That's big. If somebody that I have a very open perspective and mindset on faith, if you want to see it that way, because I try to not be judgmental at all when it comes to how we believe. I think that a lot of people have their own ways to get to God, and I think that having the belief that a person's belief is so much better than other people's beliefs, like when it comes to that whole thing specifically, it's like, why is it that people that are born in the right religious country are of that religion? And it's a whole mindset like thing about just understanding and forgiving and loving others. And isn't that what the principles are about anyway throughout different faiths? Are supposed to be like kindness, acceptance, loving, not non-judgmental. There's only one judge, right? Supposed to be only one judge. but yet people have so much time they like waste just judging others and stuff. So it's like pathetic. It's like terrible. Yeah. Welcome to the chat. Those who are joining now as well. Peer Pressure, good to meet you. Hi. And Mali, nice, thank you for dropping in. And I don't know if I've said hello to Funky yet either, so I apologize for that. Nice to have another mod here with us. It's always nice. And yeah, so I like rambling on, and I love talking about things, but I'll try to not be too rambly, because I really love engaging with people and finding out like how they feel about certain things too. It's always very interesting for me. Yeah. Let's see, we're going to go into question 3.
Question number 3. What tips or resources have helped you most in developing self-defense skills?
So, fortunately, with this question specifically, I'm very closely attached to the community crime prevention group here locally where I stay. So in the same area where I stay at the moment, unfortunately, I've had quite a lot of encounters on a semi-regular basis. And because of those encounters, it's taught me how to handle myself in certain situations. And we do have an extremely high crime rate in South Africa. So I won't tell you the success rate of the muggings, because the success rate was a bit higher when I was younger, but I've been able to curb it as I've gotten older. But there's been 8 different times where people have tried to, or they have successfully done so. In some of those times as well, is assault and mug me, and I've been the victim of crime. I mean, house breakings, two big house breakings already, 2 different incidents. So being from the country that I'm at, I always have to be extremely alert when it comes to, even if I go to the shops or if I'm doing the hike or anything like that, like I have to be consistently aware of my scenario, of my situation that I'm in. And that is a big one. And then honestly, developing self-defense skills. Fortunately for myself as well, I had a bit of training when I was younger, and in my younger years specifically. And not just that, but there's a saying from The Art of War, which is that it is better to be a warrior in the garden than a gardener in times of war. So even when you're physically out there and you are busy doing gardening, you're busy sweating out there in the sun, you're busy like just doing, medial gardening tasks, you're moving around. And that's what and I'm also a big avid enthusiast when it comes to calisthenics. So calisthenics itself is just, the meaning of calisthenics is, and anybody can do calisthenics as well. Calisthenics essentially just means moving your body. So whatever you need to do to move your body, that's why I say gardening can be so great, because if you're doing something like that or whatever the case is, you're able to physically move your body, and that is an important part for all of our development too. So anything that is going to get you moving, get your body moving around as well, and that's why gardening is so great. So yeah, in developing self-defensive skills, self-defense skills are primarily when it comes to physical attributes, sure, but early warning signs and stuff like that when it comes to actual self-defense is the best way to do so. And community, and have a little puppy if you can. If you've got a smallish dog or something, and you have somebody that can help you out with the dog as well, that's great. That's another sign, of early warning sign. And then yeah, so resources. Being a South African, 100% so, has taught me so much about being consistently aware of my surroundings. And then earlier training in my younger years and being part of the local crime defense group has been very, very good for me too. Yeah, boxing and Muay Thai are amazing. There's a couple of good martial arts. If you really wanted to get into a proper martial arts, realistically, you should go look at UFC and MMA and see what those guys are doing as well. And the fighters that win the most fights, what martial arts have they been studying? And you'll find 1 or 2 that are consistently repeating. Yeah, puppy is a part of security. So I can't help but envision when you say puppy. I know you mean any dog, but I mean a little puppy there. It's like a pack of puppies. Like, just as long as you're alerted, you can take care of the problem. Because most of the time, like when it comes to canines, in defensive measures, your canine is a great way to alert you, but it is not advisable for you to utilize, the canine in that sense. Just yourself that way. Welcome, Debbie. Good to have you here with us. While you address the community as well, just give me 1 minute quickly, and I'll be right back, Zach. Just give me 1 second.
Self-defense can feel daunting, especially for those with unique abilities like cerebral palsy. Understanding your body and its capabilities is the first step. People with cerebral palsy may have limited mobility or specific areas of weakness. Identifying these limitations allows for a customized approach to self-defense training. Adapting techniques to suit your needs is crucial. Many traditional self-defense moves rely on balance or rapid movements. For someone with cerebral palsy, modifying these techniques can make them accessible and effective. Focus on movements that utilize your strengths, such as core stability or upper body strength, if that's an area where you excel. Tools and assistive devices can play a significant role. For example, a walking stick or a cane can double as a self-defense tool. Learning how to use everyday items for protection adds another layer of preparedness. These tools not only provide support but also serve as a means to create distance or deter an attacker. Situational awareness is key. Knowing your environment and potential risks helps in avoiding danger altogether. For individuals with cerebral palsy, being aware of accessible exits or areas that may present a challenge is especially important. Planning your movements in advance can give you an edge in critical situations. Training with an instructor who understands your unique abilities can be transformative. Many self-defense trainers specialize in adaptive techniques. Finding someone who is willing to work with you to develop a personalized plan ensures the training is effective and builds confidence. A supportive environment is essential for learning. Mental preparation cannot be overlooked. Cerebral palsy may present physical challenges, but resilience and quick thinking are powerful tools. Confidence in your ability to defend yourself starts with the right mindset. Visualizing potential scenarios and practicing your responses can help you stay calm under pressure. Self-defense videos and online resources tailored to adaptive needs are invaluable. Watching demonstrations of modified techniques provides inspiration and guidance. Joining communities that focus on self-defense for people with unique abilities fosters a sense of empowerment. Hearing success stories from others can be motivating. Physical fitness contributes to self-defense readiness. Exercises that improve flexibility, strength, and coordination are particularly helpful. For someone with cerebral palsy, focusing on exercises that align with your abilities reduces the risk of injury and enhances overall preparedness. Consistency in physical activity makes a noticeable difference. Sharing your journey inspires others. Being open about the challenges and successes of self-defense training with cerebral palsy creates awareness. It also encourages others with similar unique abilities to explore their own potential. Advocacy through personal experience is a powerful tool in building an inclusive prepping community. UP out.
That's true. And I think that when a person, when it comes down to it, and people are desperate, you have to, pull out all the strings. Like you really have to depend on that urgency for your survival. And unfortunately, in most, combat type situations, it really is going to come down to the person with the stronger will to live. And also making sure that you are very careful on who you trust. It's something that, it plays a big part in this, is having the capability to trust people and to have people around you that you can trust, because, even throwing the word trust around, a person's got to be so careful, because, there are people that have a large amount of integrity that are out there, but there's a lot of people that lack it too. So I cannot tell you like how much my trust has been broken through my life on myself personally, right? And I wish it wasn't so, but like, it really comes down to people looking out for themselves, and I guess it's part of human nature. But at the same time, it really does suck, because like, it makes you cautious to get into new engagements with people that you don't know yet. And I think as we age, that intensifies. So actually building friendships with people has become something that has become harder for me as I've gotten older. And it kind of sucks, because I always used to be able to make friends so easily when I was younger, before getting like consistently, before running into like people that just ended up hurting me over time. So yeah, I think it's important to find good quality people, and to know that there are absolutely rare gems that are out there, and hold on like hellfire if you have any of those around you. And I know that you do, Zach. I know that you've got some people around you that would go the extra mile every single time that you ask. And I think that community that you've built, that right there is what it's all about. I think that's one of the most amazing things that you can have. And yeah, Jean, 100%. Yeah, we've all got our stories, right, about people letting us down and stuff too. So yeah, it's a tough world, and you've got to be thick-skinned. But I think mostly you have the right attitude about community. And I think that irrespective of any outlying things, I think that you have an amazing spirit. And I was saying so to Malted Copper, who was here earlier. I don't know if you're still around, Malted, but I think it's very nice when I can come across people that aren't, I know we're all unique and special, like snowflakes and butterflies and all that, right? But like, there's definitely a certain, I don't know, there's a certain type of person that I just want to like engage with, and like they have like a warm spirit to them. So it's like, I like to have friends that are people that are also kind and compassionate to nature, and that enjoy the outdoors, just enjoy like animals and plants and stuff as well. And I think it speaks volume for the fact that you have that level of empathy as well, Zach, that you also enjoy the natural world, and that you also really, that you love nature. I think it says a lot. I think it connects ourselves, like our love for nature absolutely connects us with who we are more, and allows us to be ourselves. So yeah, what tips or resources have helped you the most in developing self-defense skills? Absolutely being from where I'm from, and consistently working in the garden, and also just having the ability, which I've been wrong before many times, having the ability to make friends and to trust people, because you can't make friends without trusting people. So even though I'm an idiot for still believing that I need to be trusting, I still am. So I think that I've been hurt a whole bunch of times, but I think that it just makes you more wiser in some ways. And I'm going to get hurt again, and I know that. I'm going to friend the wrong person, and they're going to be an a-hole, and that's just how that goes. So yeah, aside from that, I think that there's amazing people, and you should find them and hold on to them. Your thoughts there?
Question number 4. Do you prefer traditional weapons, improvised tools, or non-lethal options for defense?
So this is a good one. I really like this question. I love all of your questions, Zach. I know that you put like a bit of time and effort into like coming up with like the topics that we speak about. And I really enjoy these specific topics. So do you prefer traditional weapons? And that's why I said earlier, for myself, silenced weapons for the most part. So things that you can use that don't make much of a noise. You want to try and get any job that you've got to do done efficiently and quickly, as smooth as you can. Get in and get out, leave the combat situations that are like long and tedious to people like politicians and stuff, right? Most situations, small scale situations, are handled extremely quickly. Most fights are over in the matter of seconds. And that's what you've got to know too, that like just before anything like that happens. So for myself, realistically, if it comes down to looking after myself and like my family and my community, I know that I can't pedal around the idea that that I'm not going to be able to, that I shouldn't lean on real defensive utility items. I understand that, but yeah, I really think that in a matter of time, over a year or 2 or 3 years after a real SHTF scenario, breaks down, I think that a lot of us will be leaning more on traditional weapons. We'll go back to having to use things like spears, and like if you have any idea on how to make a blow dart, a blowgun, fortunately over here culturally, it's still something that's celebrated quite a lot. So I'm pretty accurate and efficient with a blow dart, and that's something that's really amazing. So yeah, I like bows, I like archery, I like melee combat weapons, as you mentioned earlier, full tank fixed blade knife, like 100%, and just being able to have something at all times. So I prefer any weapon that you have at any stage is the best weapon that you have, right? That whole mentality. So like the weapon that you have right there, make sure that you have something. Just don't be unarmed, because you don't want to be unarmed and the other person that's the aggressor is armed, and like don't be in that situation. Like make sure that you have the ability to take care of a situation if you needed to. So yeah, improvised tools can be great. Trapping is amazing. Well said by Jean here. Sometimes you got to do what you have to do. Absolutely. And that's if your life depends on it, pull out all the cards, because the other person's gonna. So yeah, absolutely. Make sure that you're smart. Make sure that you are aware, and yeah, go for it, Zach. Hey, Ryan.
Traditional
Well,
weapons have a
Ryan,
timeless appeal.
nice to hear you.
Their simplicity and reliability make them effective tools for self-defense and survival. I feel a strong sense of control and familiarity when using these types of weapons, which boosts my confidence in any situation. A Taurus 9mm is my preferred firearm. It is lightweight and easy to handle, making it a practical choice for both beginners and experienced users. The compact design allows for quick draw and precision, critical factors in high-stress scenarios. The Taurus 9mm's manageable recoil is another key factor. It ensures consistent accuracy without causing fatigue during extended use. The ability to stay on target while maintaining control is invaluable. Knives are another traditional weapon I favor. They are versatile tools that serve multiple purposes beyond self-defense. In survival situations, a knife can be used for cutting, slicing, or even starting a fire. A knife requires skill and precision. The challenge of mastering these skills makes it a valuable addition to any prepping arsenal. Close-quarters situations often demand quick reflexes and confidence, which a knife can provide. Traditional weapons don't rely on technology. This makes them dependable in situations where modern tools might fail. Power outages or technical malfunctions won't render a knife or a firearm ineffective. Carrying a traditional weapon provides peace of mind. Knowing you have a reliable tool at your side offers a sense of security in uncertain circumstances. It is a constant reminder of your preparedness. Traditional weapons are accessible and straightforward. They don't require extensive maintenance, and replacement parts are generally easy to find. Their durability ensures they last through rigorous use. Traditional weapons are often more affordable. This makes them an ideal choice for those on a budget who still want effective means of self-defense. They provide excellent value without compromising on effectiveness. I appreciate the straightforward nature of traditional weapons. Their reliability, versatility, and ease of use make them an essential part of my prepping strategy. They align perfectly with my focus on practicality and preparedness. UP out.
So that's obviously the best way to go, and I think that a lot of those traditional weapons are there for good purpose, and then obviously with improvised tools as well. So I've got something that I made like a while back, like it's a very improvised melee weapon that I don't really bring up very often. Do you want me to go fetch that quickly, please, Zach? You want me to do that? All right, give me 30 seconds quickly. It's a very strange looking thing, but you'll see the purpose for it. One moment. So I'll show you quickly, and it's very strange. It's a unique type of thing where it's it's put together with a lot of steel and a very industrial type chain on the front of it, and it is reinforced and completely throughout the weapon, and it's ideally for the ability to practice swinging and practice swing control. So it's really effective at at what it needs to be if the situation arises. I mean, it's very much like a makeshift type thing. But when we're speaking about improvised tools, I can bring up I can show like the bows again. Like the bows are really impactful. They do a really good job, and of course the crossbows. And then like there's a lot of other different type of defensive utility things that we can use. But at the end of the day, I think that a weapon that is similar to this, like a weapon this is a lot of weight in the end of it. So when it's swinging, it's going to just keep swinging. It'll swing through a lot of different type of things too. So yeah, it's good to be creative, and it's definitely good to be able to improvise on the spot too. Yeah, it's definitely. I have another one of these. So I have another one that's similar, but it's not in the same condition. The other one's a bit lighter, so I end up using it like I just practice and swinging with it way more, and then yeah, just staying wise, and everything's in like a lot of things can definitely be used in terms of a weapon. Even if you're in a situation and somebody enters your kitchen and like you're, say for example, like making a cup of coffee or something and the kettle's just boiled, you have boiling water right there, like, and if you can use that to your advantage, or if you can like anything that you can pick up around you can be essentially used instead of just hand-to-hand combat. So anything, I mean, I've got a nice drawer that I can pull out of of different things for different situations too. And for the most part, because of South Africa's crime rate, we are well versed in handling ourselves like in certain situations, and I actively go out of my way to get involved in situations to help the community here locally. And I don't say that, I've never said that on like my channel and stuff. It's not something that I brag about. I'm not going out there and being like, all the things that I've done, because my grandmother, who raised me in a big way, told me that I should never let my left hand know what my right hand's doing. So basically, don't do like good deeds and then going like, hey guys, so this is what I did today. Because I've got some footage that I've got on camera as well that could go it could go pretty wide pretty quickly if I was to release it, because some of it's like hectic stuff, but that's not the idea. It's just, I've seen quite a lot, and I wish that I hadn't seen half of what I've seen, but realistically, it's part of the job, right? It's part of like what we do. And thank you, John. Yeah, there's a couple of interesting tools as well that I've built up over time. And then with knives, you can go back and have a video on Guardian prepping on my channel where I speak about knives specifically, and I show like my knife collection and stuff. So if you want to, you're most welcome to go and check that out as well, Zach, if you got some time because you enjoy knives. I think that you might like that. Got a couple of interesting knives, and I've built on the collection since that video was released like about a year or two ago. So yeah, you're smart to enjoy knives. Knives are very useful. Like that'll end a fight very quickly because knives are brutal. Like if you actually like knives, oh man, like you don't want to be on the bad end of somebody that actually knows how to like use the knife as well. Hi, by the way, to the people that haven't greeted. Just give Zach a moment, please.
Honestly, if I get people on their knees, it's game over.
Yeah, I believe it. There's strength that you have that not a lot of people possess, Zach. And I mean that. I know for a fact. It's true. Not only that, like the person that you are, like, dude, I'm being serious when I say that I could like chill with you for a long time, man. Like I really like enjoy the way that you think and like how you engage with people. And like you're a very real person, and I appreciate that. And that's why I enjoy these conversations and these chats. And I say so with full sincerity. Like I wish I could swear when I say this, but I'm so effing done with fake ass people who just like want like I'm not even going to go down the whole thing. I'm just like done with like people that like don't give a shit about others and that are like just so conceited and like self-involved and stuff. And like I really love the fact that you're just like a real and open person, man. Like I've got a lot of time for that. And you're hella smart too, bro. Like I know that you're damn smart. And I'm not just saying this so that like I'm saying this because I really mean it. Like I'm saying, you can ask Mrs. as well, and she'll tell you like 100% how I see you, bro. Got a lot of respect. And because we're not right in the beginning of the stream, I don't think you'll be demonetized for just slipping this one F-bomb. Well, I won't even slip it. It's not necessary. But people can go get screwed if they're not like willing to just have the like time to just like chill and to actually get to know you, bro. Like I don't have time for clowns that don't have time for like people either. Like, you know, that are always wanting their own ways and their own shit. It's like whatever. I've just been through a lot, so that's why I seem like so rambly about that topic. Because oh man. What's up, Emery? Welcome to the chat. Yeah. I'm waiting for you to...
Question number 5. What role do you think teamwork and community play in defensive tactical prepping?
Just about everything. For that question, absolutely everything. That is 100% of what it's about. Because, look, when people think that they can do shit by themselves and they can like actually do anything effective by themselves, they're absolutely mistaken. You will always, if you're outmanned and outgunned, like 100%, like there's no way that you can get out of that situation. So having people that you care about means that you'll fight harder for them too. And having a community means that you can raise society up from almost nothing if you have a community. So in a sense of like having SHTF in, you know, Teotihuacan type scenarios, definitely comes down to being able to have that community so that you can look after each other. Because where's your security when you're sleeping? If you want to be like this one-man army kind of thing, right? You're going to sleep sometime, and there'll be a community group that has more people than you. And when you're sleeping, like, you can't defend yourself. Or what about the situations are when you need to go and do anything like to survive, when you need to go and forage for food and you got to leave your camp behind, and then somebody comes and stumbles upon your camp because you decide to do everything by yourself, and you don't have the ability to defend shit when you like that. Like, so I'm just saying it really comes down to making sure that you have people around you, and people that's why I said trust, 100%. It's all about having integrity. If you've got people around you that you can trust, that you can rely on, you're so much better off of in any situation like that. And all it takes is picking up a history book and looking at what's happened. Like, throughout time, when things go bad, people work together. People like absolutely band together and they help one another. And human beings, not always, but most human beings are extraordinarily kind. Like, when things go bad, people band together. It's our nature to love one another. And not everybody's like that. That's why I say you got to be careful who you trust. But fundamentally, you'll be surprised how many people will be willing to help others when things go like awry. You know, like things go bad. It's kind of important to just have people around you. Teamwork. Strategy as well, and knowing strategies. It's like a pack of wolves, right? If you have a pack of wolves that are uncoordinated, then it's useless. But when you have a pack with you and a group of people, then absolutely, like, you're so much better off, like, when you have the ability to work amongst one another. So yeah, definitely make sure that you can run with people that you know, they know how you think, you know how they think, and other people don't know how you guys think. So in a situation, you can absolutely like get away with a lot more when you know people, because you know what they're going to do. You know how they're going to respond to a situation. So yeah, teamwork is everything. Like, teamwork. And then make sure that in your team that you have people of different qualities and different strengths. Don't have everybody be good at the same thing, because your team will suck. You've got to have a team that has like a bunch of different people with a bunch of different skills. And that's why I say, like, I would absolutely, like, 100%, if I was like close to where you are on your side, man, like, I definitely have you as part of my crew for as long as I'm alive, buddy. And I mean that.
Teamwork plays a vital role in defensive tactical prepping. A group of individuals working together can accomplish more than one person acting alone. In a defensive scenario, having a team allows for better communication, coordination, and execution of plans. Everyone brings unique skills to the table, creating a stronger and more adaptable unit. Community involvement enhances overall safety. Building trust among neighbors and like-minded individuals creates a network of mutual support. A well-prepared community is less likely to fall apart during a crisis. Shared responsibilities and resources reduce the burden on any single person.
There it is,
A
bro.
diverse group strengthens defensive strategies. Each individual can specialize in certain areas, such as first aid, weapon handling, or surveillance.
Yeah.
Training together allows the team to practice these skills and develop synchronized tactics. Diverse perspectives lead to creative solutions in challenging situations. Working together fosters accountability. Team members motivate each other to stay prepared and improve skills. Regular training sessions and discussions ensure everyone remains on the same page. Accountability also prevents complacency, keeping the
Yes.
group focused and ready for action. Collaboration improves morale during high-stress situations. Facing threats as a team provides emotional support and reduces feelings of isolation. A shared sense of purpose strengthens bonds and enhances resilience. Strong morale is crucial for maintaining focus and determination in difficult times. Defensive tactical prepping becomes more effective with teamwork and community. A unified group can protect itself and its resources more efficiently. Building strong relationships within the community ensures preparedness on a larger scale. Individual efforts combine to create a formidable force, capable of handling any threat. UP out.
100%. And you literally were speaking gold there. The same things that I was saying as well, along that same mentality. That's all about that. That's all about understanding that you've got people around you. Having a diverse group is going to be so much better for you in the long run. And then also understanding what each other are like that what you just mentioned there in terms of this question 5. Absolutely, bro. Like, you've thought about this a lot. And I think when it comes to like the way that a person approaches this, that's the best thing that you can possibly have. Like, so important to have a team. And also, like, some friends are like family, 100%. Some people are so close to you that you know that they're basically a brother or sister, like that you can rely on them through everything. And family is so important too. You've got to be careful how you treat your family and how you treat your friends, because like, not only are they so important to a team, but they're also like, you don't want to be in a situation where and people talk. So you want to be reliable and you want to be honest so that people can know you as being a reliable and honest person. And then you have way more levy in any scenario. Because if people out you as somebody who's like a backstabber, or if that you're like a deceitful person or like a liar or something, and they know that, there's no way that they'll like be willing to like stand by you. But if they know that you have your interest and their best interests at heart, and most people, like most scenarios, when it comes to teamwork and stuff, what you said there, when you said that people carrying their own weight, if people don't do that, they're much more likely to screw the group over. Because why would they care when they clearly in their actions aren't caring? So you can see it already. If a person's willing to put the effort in, they can hang around. You know what I mean? Like, if they're willing to like just like, even if that effort is being like somebody that you can rely on and depend on when it comes to having somebody to chat to and somebody that's around that'll just be like of a good spirit as well, that's knowledgeable. So yeah, 100% so. We went a little bit over on this stream, but I love that we did. I think that we've spent the last hour and a half well. I know that it's the last question that you have posed for now. So if you want to, in like 2 or 3 weeks, just let me know, like maybe early in the new year if you're interested. I'd love to jump on again. I think that these chats are great. And yeah, I think that's when we can do the next live stream. But before that even happens, let's do like an off stream if you want, just to catch up. And I can tell you like a little bit more about security things that I can't speak about on live streams. And I can show you some pretty cool stuff when it comes to self-defense and stuff that I don't dare show on a public platform such as YouTube. But like, I love that this chat happened. I think that it's a great topic to cover. And I think that, I think that there's so much to be gained from having you around in a group. And that's one of your strengths as well. So thank you. Yeah, you can go. So yeah, thanks. And if you guys are interested, absolutely, yeah, you can join me on my channel, Guardian Prepping, and Guardian Prepping on YouTube. And next, will be a very active one for me. I have got other channels, but Guardian Prepping is my really like the older, more longer one that I've had running, more established. So yeah, follow me if you're interested in doing so. Please do give the video a like for Unique Prepping. Definitely do so. And I will have Unique Prepping as a guest on my stream again at some point. I don't have my live streams on my channel are all in members only, and it's like, and I'm not advocating for members. That's not what I'm doing. I'm not e-begging. I'm just saying that like for security reasons, my live streams are members only. And members, I've got a members fee for like a couple of cents. So it doesn't take you to, it really is the cheapest membership you'll ever find on Guardian Prepping because of South African currency, whatever. But please do carry on supporting Zach as much as you can. Stay around in the chat when he has live streams. Support him and support him as a team member. I know that we all are part of a family and a part of a team. But from our side, thank you very much for having me on, Zach. I really do appreciate it. And once again, like, stay active as well, everybody, and stay like thoughtful for one another. And yeah, just make the difference in somebody's life. You know, good deeds go really far away. Be kind to others and stay safe. Yeah. But I will chat to you again soon. And thank you so much for everything that you do, Zach. Yeah, no problem. Go ahead. I'm waiting.
As we wrap up episode 25 of Unique Prepping's community, I want to thank you all for joining me on this important discussion about weapon and defensive tactical prepping. Your time, attention, and dedication to preparedness means so much, not just to me, but to our entire community. Together, we are stronger, smarter, and better prepared for whatever challenges may come our way.
Amen.
Remember,
Bro.
the tools and tactics we've discussed today are only as effective as the knowledge, practice, and mindset behind them.
Yep.
Prepping isn't just about stockpiling supplies or owning the latest gadgets, it's about being intentional, resourceful, and confident in your ability to protect yourself and your loved ones. I encourage you to take what you've learned in this episode and build on it. Train with your tools, develop your skills, and above all, stay mentally prepared. The goal is not fear but readiness, and readiness comes from constant learning and practice.
Absolutely.
Please don't forget to like this video if you found it helpful, subscribe to Unique Prepping for more episodes like this, and share it with someone who could benefit from these insights. Your support makes a huge difference and helps us grow as a community. Also, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. Let me know your thoughts, experiences, or tips when it comes to tactical and defensive prepping. Your input can inspire and educate others, turning this into a two-way conversation that strengthens us all. If you're looking for more resources, merchandise, or ways to connect, please visit the LinkTree in the description below. There, you'll find everything related to unique prepping, including social media links and other helpful content. I love you all and appreciate every single one of you. As we leave, I want to remind you of this KJV verse that speaks to the strength we carry as a community. The horse is prepared against the day of battle, but safety is of the Lord. Proverbs 21 verse 31. Stay safe, stay prepared, and I'll see you in the next episode. God bless.
Much respect, Zach. Thank you very much for having me on. And I'll chat to you soon. We can catch up offline in like a week or so, next couple of days. I'll send you a message when we can catch up, and definitely do so. But thank you everybody for supporting Zach in the side chat. Definitely see you guys around, and as always, much love from myself, brother.
Nutrient survival isn't just survival food. It's special ops grade. Built to the nutritional standards of the U.S. Special Ops and packed with 40 essential nutrients. Formulated to sustain energy, sharpen focus, and keep you and your family thriving during any emergency. Real food, real ingredients. Oh, and a 25-year shelf life. Our meals will kick your taste buds in the mouth and have them coming back for dessert. Yeah, we've got that too. So whether you're digging in or bugging out, you don't just survive an emergency situation, you thrive in it. Nutrient survival. Feed your freedom.
Hey community, Unique Prepping has partnered up with Hunter Brothers Coffee. It's a veteran-owned coffee company out of Pennsylvania. They sell across the world, and have light, medium, dark roasts, ground or whole beans, and even flavored coffee. If you like to order coffee, use my link in the description of this video or go to my LinkTree. At checkout you'll get a 9% discount. Order you some coffee and help support veterans in need and help get service dogs as well. Thank you, and let's help our veterans since they helped keep our country safe.
Making moves on your chess piece, always on the grind in this game called life. Gotta sharpen up the mind. Unique prepping, got the vision locked and loaded. Every challenge that arises, I'm determined, I'm devoted. Stay ready for the call, enter life's demands, and we'll rise together. We'll take our stance. Unique prepping, it's more than a show. We're building foundations, we're ready to grow. Like, share, comment, let your voice be known. Together we can thrive, we're never alone. Every view you, every like, your support is the fire that keeps me hyped. Comment, depth, and insight, share the vision wide. This community's growing and we'll ride this tide. So go ahead and subscribe, don't miss a beat. Tune in next time, let's make this complete. Unique prepping, it's more than a show. We're building foundations, we're ready to grow. Like, share, comment, let your voice be known. Together we can thrive, we're never alone. Keep pushing forward, let that fire ignite. See you next time, let's keep it bright. It's more than a show. We're building foundations, we're ready to grow. Like, share, comment, let your voice be known. Together we can thrive, we're never alone. You pushing forward, let that fire ignite. See you next time, let's make this complete. Unique prepping, it's more than a show. We're building foundations, we're ready to grow. Like, share, comment, let your voice be known. Together we can thrive, we're never alone. Never alone. Never alone. Keep pushing forward, let that fire ignite. See you next time, let's keep it bright. Yeah. Let that fire ignite. See you next time, let's keep it bright.
Blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. Matthew 5 verse 9 KJV.